of raspberry to dark chocolate covered red fruits and dried raisins. And inspired by the process of this coffee, I created a hybrid milk built also of three parts using the same percentages that the producer used in fermentation. Now, for 230 grams of milk, where 70% is represented by my friend here, the small little cow, I gave him the lactose that I needed and protein to create a new flavor. No, please write down of rum raisin shake. It sticks to its proteins found in the milk. My second milk is 20% of a slowly cooked almond milk. Just like the roaster, I applied conduction. And in doing this, they gave you guys a silky, creamy texture with a new flavor note of strawberry cheesecake. Now, judges, I made this milk just like this, and I made these wonderful small demonstrations just for you guys today. Applying a flame, knowing that my 10% of my milk is freeze distilled milk, just like that, concentrating the flavors. Because I had a layered coffee, I wanted to create a layered milk beverage with the hope that's a reminder that when we work together, we can achieve greatness. So judges, as I serve your last judge, please achieve greatness and enjoy those flavor notes. That last flavor note of the acidity is gonna be salted butter cookies. This is for you. Now please, all together, enjoy those milks.
Let's hear it for Juan's Milk Beverages.
Alrighty, judges, almost ready? I know those are so good. Whatever you say. Alrighty, now let's continue. Revealing honesty and my professional identity after 12 years in the industry is still a challenge. But my place today is to be honest from origin to consumer. By accepting that I'm a foreigner in both of my origins, yet another reason why I chose this coffee for you today. Are you guys ready for the big reveal? The coffee I chose today is an SO28 varietal, potentially created to thrive only in Kenya, yet flourishing stronger than ever in Colombia. And this one was produced by Paola and Carlos Trujillo in Finca Patio Bonito at 1,800 meters above sea level in Cauca, Colombia. This farm and these producers are an honest reflection of innovation, origin, and identity. Watching Paola transform one coffee through layered fermentation made me ask myself, how can I apply the same honest steps with you guys today for the signature beverage? So I'm gonna focus only on two ingredients, the coffee and grapes. As for the coffee, we roasted on a stronghold. It's a hybrid roaster that uses both air and conduction, combining the best parts of our previous roast, making it perfect for the signature beverage. I've been putting your espressos in this hyper chiller since our first extraction with the same recipe as the espresso course for a total of 84 grams of espresso. So higher the acidity and create balance between all my ingredients. Now, I'm gonna give you a lot of detailed information. Just look out for those flavor calls. Don't worry about writing everything down. Your head judge and your shadow judge have your back. So I had a crazy idea. What if I had one ingredient and I can transform it into three versions just to make coffee? So me and my team came up with fresh grapes, dried grapes, and fermented grapes. First, the fresh grapes, representing the first fermentation that gave a tropical expression in the coffee. I wanted this component to be the foundation of the beverage. So I created a clarified grape punch using 100 grams of grape juice, 100 grams of lime juice, and I added 50 grams of whole milk and allowed it to curdle. I am going to now add it to a filter exactly how I did, and then I'm gonna add 30 grams into your hyper chiller. In combination with the flavors and the tropical notes of red cherries, we create new flavor notes, please write down, of lime sherbet and a mouthful of Skittles. Next, the dried grapes. Next, the dried grapes, representing the second fermentation. It gave us balance and chocolate notes. I wanted this to deepen the sweetness and give me structure. So I slowly reduced 20 grams of dried raisins, water, and sugar into this honey-like consistency. And in combination with the profile, you're gonna find a new flavor note. Please write down of pineapple orange juice. Finally, my last ingredient. Now this ingredient was inspired by the last fermentation. It's an advanced fermentation. Now this one gave us complexity and sweetness. So I wanted to reshape the entire beverage. So I created a grape shrub using full grapes, and just like the producer, slowly added water and sugar by equal parts. And then I just added 4 grams into the hyper chiller and everything into the blender. This is gonna give us a new flavor note of hard apple cider. I want you to think of that in the finish as well. And also the pineapple and the orange juice, think of that acidity. Now, using the blender is gonna add oxygen into all my ingredients. And as I do that, the tasting instructions are going to be to enjoy when I call time. I'm going to light a small fire in the platforms in front of you. I'm going to ask you when I call time. The tasting instructions are to enjoy in swirls. 3 different sips, find those flavors. Now, judges, the platforms in front of you are transforming. Please look at them. Each of them have the soul chromatography that has been fed by Carlos's labor and hard work of all these years. Shows rings of history and healthy pH. Judges, without this, the esoteric does not blossom. And I come to the same conclusion. We should never forget our identity or history as people and what actually makes places like America and Colombia great. And that's honest people like Paola and Carlos Trujillo. And in the order roasted, Kyle Remich on the Loring from Ole Miss, Mississippi. Stephen Martinez from Colombia. Frank Loff from Los Angeles, California. Judges, I'm Juan Diaz from KWC. My job today is to continue sharing this fire and lighting it under our industry. And that's my time.
For Juan Diaz. Nice work, Juan. How are you feeling?
Really well.
You did it.
Yeah, I did it, yeah.
You did it. I like the flames. What was transforming on top of the plate?
It's thermal paint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Amazing. What's your favorite part of this set of the 3 different coffees and kind of building those connections, and what was behind that?
Man, my favorite part. My favorite part has to be the dial-ins in the morning with my team.
Yeah.
Being able to dance with them, like all 4 of us behind the bar. I think I can't replace that with anything, and that's the funnest part.
Amazing. Were you using those coffees in the cafe as well?
We don't have a cafe.
Okay.
No, we're a sourcing company.
Sourcing, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Amazing. All right. I'm sure you got some shout outs.
Shout outs. Well, first, Paola Trujillo, please stand up. She's here, the producer of coffee.
Amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. I'm very grateful.
Yes.
Not a times that
Congratulations.
we
That's
could have the producer
awesome.
here, so for sure her for coming out. And then my team, KWC, please raise your hands. Paulina, Nana, Steven. And then, whoa, okay, all my roasters are there. Roasters, Frank, Steven, Kyle. I think that was fun. I think I'm like a person where I want to really connect all the worlds, and I always tell people that we're a very nice global brand. They able to get East Coast with Kyle, West Coast with Frank, and then thank you very much. Thank you very much. Steven Martinez is our roaster in Colombia. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm grateful to have the opportunity to be able to do that, to be able to develop ideas like these. This is a long time in the making. And yeah, I don't know if I have more questions.
Yeah, we can keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
we've got some more questions for you. Let's see. What do we got? When you are approaching coffees, what are you looking for?
Ooh.
That's a big question.
No, you know what? I think that before we were, Colombia has great coffees. I think everybody here and everybody that competed has a great coffee. So now what I'm looking for is let's get a quality coffee from a quality person like Paola. Let's bring some new names up, and I think that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those gems in the dirt that we haven't found yet, because I think all the time we're discovering new things in coffee and new approaches. But that's what I'm looking for: quality people first, and then the coffee.
Amazing. Yeah, because you can kind of keep building that up.
Yes.
And the more you work together, and the more you keep that going, the better.
Yes.
How much time and like back and forth was going on to create these different roast profiles?
Not a lot.
Oh, not a lot. Okay.
No, I think it was very hard logistically.
Yeah.
Not a lot. I think it comes from trusting your coffee to trusting your equipment, but also trusting your roasters to do what they do. And I'm not a roaster, so I let everybody the job that they're good at doing, and I trust them. And I grew up under the wings of Black and White and Kyle Ramage all the way through, and they've been roasting for me for a while. So I always got to give them a shout out like that and respect. So I trust they know what I like. They know what we need to do on these stages. So we just have to execute.
Amazing. Well, congratulations again. That was awesome. Let's hear it one more time for Juan Diaz of Know Your Wear Coffee.
Thank you very much. Huh?
Did you paint them?
No, I did not paint these. No, we had another friend paint it for us. No. No artistic. Not even latte art. Yeah.
Doesn't taste like it. Hi, Morgan. I think we're almost ready. How you feeling? fun. I know. We're almost there. Yeah, which is crazy. We're going to, yeah, we're like, do we have our judges? I see a pile of them. No, not pile. Yeah, that'd be great. Cool. That sounds great. Yeah, thank you. So efficient today. We're rolling. All right, we've got our judges. Our next competitor, Morgan Eckroth from Onyx Coffee Labs, who lives in Portland, but Onyx is based in Arkansas. Hooray! Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, looks like those judges are settled. Morgan, on your call.
Awesome. Cool. All right, everybody comfy, settled? Amazing. All right, I'll get my music started and we'll call time here shortly. Okay, time. First of all, thank you all for being here. Last year, I stopped competing for the first time in 5 seasons, and I did this because I'd come to realize that I'd lost sight of why I love working in coffee. I knew I needed to find it again before I could come back to this competition. However, over the last 12 months, there has been one reason that has repeatedly come back to my mind. It's that I love sharing the magic of coffee. Now, truthfully, I spent a long time telling myself that I wouldn't say that to you. It was a line that felt too cheesy, maybe even a little bit too vulnerable. However, after watching me continuously delete that line out of this very script, my best friend asked me to define what I meant when I said magic. And I told her that to me, magic is what happens when you experience something in a way that is possible. I've experienced this in coffee so many times. The first time I ever had a coffee drink that tasted like fruit, it felt a little bit like magic. The first time I ever walked behind an espresso machine also felt like magic. And here on the stage, I get to have so much fun creating drinks and experiences that go far beyond what most cafes will ever be able to serve. Things that defy what our customers expect from coffee. Or, if we're using my terminology here, magic. But more and more as time goes by, I find myself wondering, what could happen if the drinks and experiences we share here on this stage were shared beyond it? How would people's perception of coffee change? Who would be inspired to compete here in future years? And more so, what could the magic of coffee spark in others? These are the questions that have brought me back to stage this year, and I want to find the answers to them today with you. But we'll come back to that in a few moments, because for now, I want to share with you 2 incredibly special coffees that represent to me 2 different facets of magic. So if you're ready, let's go. Now, I believe that coffee can create magic, but importantly, coffee in and of itself is not magic. It is the hard-earned result of decades of study and labor and a drive to continually improve. And this is demonstrated best by the first coffee I'll be serving you. Our time today begins at Alita Estate. For over 100 years, the Lamastus family have been farming coffee on the slopes of the volcano in Boquete, Panama. At 1,900 meters above sea level, grown in mineral-rich volcanic soil, there are fields of. It is here that the scent of florals permeate through a biodiverse cloud forest, and where nighttime temperatures can reach as low as 10 degrees Celsius. These low nighttime temperatures extend the coffee's ripening phase by a full month and yield large and sugar-dense coffee cherries. Now, the gesha I will be serving you here today was harvested 3 months ago at peak ripeness. It was then placed in a dark room to dry naturally. Now, this is a specialized method of natural processing that utilizes a temperature-controlled room and 7 humidifiers to carefully control the slow and even drying of the coffee. Only after the fruit esters and those complex sugars have been absorbed by the seeds are they pulped of their cherry. And in order to maintain the florals intrinsic to this gesha variety, we roasted it on a stronghold with a drop temperature of 375 degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit, at 9 minutes and 4 seconds. That would be scary. Today, I am preparing your espressos using 20 grams in, 45 grams out at 25 seconds. Now, I ask that you please hold on tasting. In the cup, you will find raspberry. You will taste a floral black tea like Earl Grey. And you will have an aftertaste of chocolate-covered orange. Now, the tactile will be a medium weight. It will be round and soft and have a pleasant, lingering finish. The small cups above your napkins are for your spoons when you are done stirring. And I invite you to please enjoy the magic created by Alita Estate. You may now begin.
For those espressos.
Okay, now if you're all ready, let's continue. Now, I'm not someone who grew up drinking coffee. I had my first cappuccino at 16, and like most people, I think, I fell in love with milk drinks. The first time I ever experienced magic in coffee, that moment that I mentioned at the beginning of our time, was through a milk drink that tasted like red fruit and chocolate. If I close my eyes, even today, I can still taste this drink. So I've recreated it for you to experience as well. And this brings us to our second coffee. An SL28 variety produced by Edinson Argote in Huila, Colombia at Cabreditas Coffee. Now, these coffee cherries were hand-picked before being washed and pulped. The seeds were then placed to ferment in a tank for a full 24 hours before being thermal shocked with cold water in order to halt that fermentation. I've chosen this coffee because, on its own, Edinson's SL28 is rich with flavors of purple tropical fruits, berries, and chocolate, which makes it the perfect base to build upon in recreating my first magical coffee drink. Now, I've prepared these espressos using 20 grams in, 35 grams out at 28 seconds. And again, I ask that you please hold on tasting for the time being, because in the meantime, we are going to talk about the milk component. Now, in order to transform the base notes of this coffee, I have created a blend using 3 ingredients. 75% of the base liquid, is lactose-free whole milk that I freeze distilled to 50% of its original volume. This adds sweetness, and in the cup, in combination with the espresso, will create the flavor of milk chocolate. The remaining 25% is Barista Series coconut milk. This enhances this beverage's tropicality, and in combination with the espresso, will create the flavors of red cherry. The final ingredient is 20 grams of lactose-free whole milk powder. I created this by placing liquid whole milk into a freeze dryer for a full 24 hours. By slowly removing all of the water content from the milk, I was left with a dry ingredient. In this drink, it will add a creamy texture and a final aftertaste of salted caramel. If I can remind you, you will taste milk chocolate, red cherry, and salted caramel. Now, my only drinking instructions are that you take your remaining spoon and stir your drink until that latte art is fully incorporated. Those of you who have your beverages, you're welcome to begin. I'll have yours ready in just a moment here. Please enjoy.
Let's hear from Morgan's milk course.
You are all ready. Let's continue. Now, last year, I didn't know how to come back to stage. There was a very real part of me that thought if I couldn't reconnect with why I love working in specialty coffee and this competition, that I might be back. But then I had an idea and I had to start planning. Now, I'm about to open up the second layer of your sets. And in front of you, you will see locations. Columbia, where Edison's SL28 is from. Arkansas, where both of these coffees were roasted, and Portland, where I'm from. For the last few months, I have been working with cafe operators at each of these locations in order to serve these same competition drinks to their customers using these same ingredients. These are services that are happening now, through this weekend, and those photos are from yesterday. Now, I crafted our signature beverage to connect both of the coffees you've tasted, to create a new type of magic for all of us. So, we begin with 80 grams of chilled espresso, an extraction of both of the coffees you've tasted, pulled in the same parameters as their courses. Then, to represent the clean fruit sweetness created through the Lamastis darkroom drying method, I have 45 grams of mango juice. This ingredient, in combination with the Gesha's profile, will create the experience of strawberry yogurt. Then, to represent the smooth tropicality you experienced from Edison's SL28, I have created, appropriately enough, a milk punch to go with the milk course. Now, I made this by combining 400 grams of whole milk, 50 grams of bergamot juice, and 50 grams of Colombian panela sugar. This 35 grams in combination with the SL28 will create the experience of milk chocolate and an aftertaste of orange creamsicle. I'll then be adding 1.5 grams of soy lecithin powder. This is an emulsifier that will help stabilize this drink's coating texture, recalling the milk course you experienced earlier. I'll now be charging all of these ingredients in a siphon with N2O in order to create that texture. Now, I still have one final ingredient to this drink. Frankly, a bunch. It's going to create a little bit of visual magic for you, but more importantly, it's going to transport you back to where we began our time. In the chilly nights and floral aromas of Alita Estate, just like that misty volcanic rock in front of you. Get it? Now this right here is a rose snow. I created this by dispensing nitrogenated rose water into a bath of liquid nitrogen. And I'll now be refreezing this ingredient with a final pour of liquid nitrogen. The 2 grams that I'll be adding to the bottom of each of your cups will fully melt and bring your drink down to a chilled drinking temperature. If I can remind you, you will taste strawberry yogurt, milk chocolate, and an aftertaste of orange creamsicle. I also ask that you please hold on tasting until I call time. Now, the drinks and coffees I am serving you here today are not magic. I've given you every ingredient and step to these. But 12 months ago, I started wondering how I could demonstrate to you what I mean when I say coffee can create magic. And the maps in front of you are the result. As magic is what happens when the things that inspire us on this stage are no longer limited to it. You and I know the magic of coffee so well. By choosing to be here on this stage together, we are all chasing it. Whether or not magic is the word you would personally choose to use. I don't think I need to convince any of you that we work in a very special industry. However, those maps in front of you are my gamble that if even one person this weekend off this stage gets to experience the magic of these coffees for the very first time, then all of this will be worth it. So with that, it's been a pleasure. Please enjoy. Time.
Let's hear it for Morgan. Nice job, Morgan. Hello.
You're on the other side today.
I know, I just kind of keep trying to get out of everybody's way. How'd it feel?
Good.
Did it feel like magic?
It was pretty fun.
Good.
It was really fun.
Okay, so what did you add today? You said you took some pictures yesterday?
Yeah, totally. So for this entire weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I've been working with the amazing folks of Pergamino in Medellin, Colombia, Onyx Coffee Lab, of course, and then Their Coffee in Portland to serve these competition drinks with these ingredients as a flight to their customers. And so along with that, we kind of prompted folks if they wanted to share a little bit of their experience or them being there enjoying these drinks.
Amazing.
And so we have photos of the people from yesterday.
Wow.
Experience. I think that the judges
Oh,
did.
that's so fun. I feel like there's been so much talk about magic and community, and really just tying things together is amazing. What is your kind of favorite piece of coffee magic that you brought to this routine?
Ooh, that's a great question. Honestly, this year I had so much fun with the milk course. This is probably the most time I've spent on the milk course before in competition, and I got to learn a whole lot about freeze drying this year, which was really, really, really fun. And so for me, I think that was the biggest. I got to play with milk in a way that I never have before, so that felt pretty magical.
Have you ever used freeze-dried milk in anything?
No, I usually just do freeze distilled and some sort of blend, and so freeze-dried was a very new ingredient that I had to learn how to use and modulate and also make, and it involves a giant commercial freeze dryer, so it's a whole adventure in and of itself.
Were you able to pre-make that and then bring it here, or was it something that you had to figure out how to also do here?
I was able to batch everything, and
Perfect. There go our judges.
thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. Freeze dried milk. Yes, so I was able to make all of it ahead of time, and also with freeze dried products, they have great shelf life, and so it was a really cool ingredient to end up using this year because my studio has been a freeze drying production zone for the last few months because we ended up shipping a ton of powders out to all of the cafes, and so I've had more freeze-dried powder than I know what to do with recently.
Hey, I guess it's going to be something we're all going to be drinking soon. All right, any shout-outs?
Oh my gosh, so many. I could talk forever about shout-outs. My team this year has been absolutely incredible. It's been the most collaborative year in competition. A few quick ones. My coaches, Andrea, who's not here right now, but Isaiah, who is somewhere in the room. Also, my team here on the ground. Couldn't do these pop-ups without Christian. Jenny has been an incredible help this entire weekend. These sets were built by my husband and my best friend. Yeah, like everyone who's been involved with this. Like, this is humongous team effort.
It's that community magic.
It is. It truly is.
All right, let's hear it one more time for Morgan Eckroth, Onyx Coffee.
Thank you.
And we are just about ready for our final competitor of the day. We've almost done it.
Thank you.